In a nation where blackouts are common and many families struggle to find enough food, one man lives in unimaginable luxury. Jong Un, the supreme leader of North Korea, controls not just his government, but the flow of billions of dollars hidden from public view. While citizens ration rice and queue for medicine, Kim cruises in armored limousines, relaxes in palaces, and indulges in imported wine, cognac, and gourmet food smuggled through secret networks. But his spending isn't simply about pleasure. It's about power, and understanding it reveals how he secures his grip on one of the world's most secretive regimes. Jong Un's fortune is unlike that of celebrity billionaires or tech moguls. His wealth is drawn from the machinery of the state itself, redirected into a personal empire. Analysts estimate his personal fortune in the multi-billion-dollar range, while South Korean intelligence has reported that the regime diverts nearly $1.8 billion every year into elite perks, luxury housing, imported goods, medical treatment, and other benefits that keep the inner circle loyal. For ordinary North Koreans, those sums are unimaginable. For Kim, they are the cost of survival. The centerpiece of his indulgence is his network of palaces and residences. Satellite imagery and rare defector accounts suggest dozens scattered across the country. Seaside villas, mountain retreats, and compounds with indoor pools, cinemas, and spas. They aren't just lavish hideaways. They're sanctuaries designed to showcase his status to the elite while keeping him mobile and unpredictable in the event of unrest. For the public, they remain mythical, whispered about but never seen. Then come the cars. Kim's love for automobiles is well documented. His fleet reportedly exceeds 100 vehicles, dominated by armored Mercedes-Benz Maybachs that defy international sanctions. These luxury sedans, shipped through complex smuggling networks, have become his signature ride, spotted during summits with world leaders and parades in Pyongyang. They aren't simply transportation. They're rolling declarations that no sanction can cage him. His extravagance stretches to the skies and seas. Kim commands private jets and yachts, including one yacht said to be more than 100 feet long, equipped for floating parties. His aircraft, sometimes disguised as civilian planes, allow him to move between estates discreetly. For him, mobility equals security, and the vessels themselves are symbols of power. Food and drink reveal another layer of excess. While many North Koreans rely on ration cards, Kim dines on imported Japanese beef, Danish pork, Swiss cheese, and French cognac. Defectors recall storerooms packed with rare alcohol and cigarettes, luxuries smuggled in through China or Russia. Each sip of whiskey or taste of gourmet cheese is more than indulgence. It's a signal that he lives above sanctions and beyond the reach of ordinary constraints. But Kim doesn't keep the wealth to himself. He redistributes it selectively, turning gifts into a currency of loyalty. High-ranking generals and senior party officials receive luxury watches, imported cars, and even homes in exclusive Pyongyang neighborhoods. This system creates a hierarchy. The closer you are to the leader, the richer your life becomes. If loyalty falters, those privileges can vanish instantly. In North Korea, wealth is not a right. It's a reward, and Kim holds the keys. Kim also knows the value of spectacle. When Russian President Vladimir Putin gifted him a luxury Urus limousine, it wasn't just a car. It was a staged display of alliance and defiance. Similarly, Kim's public appearances often highlight luxury clothing, watches, or vehicles, subtle cues to the world that sanctions have failed to isolate him. Every item, every display is carefully curated for its symbolic weight. But the contrast is staggering. In the same years Kim spent billions on luxury goods, international aid groups pleaded for funding to address chronic malnutrition and medicine shortages in North Korea. The United Nations has repeatedly warned of undernourishment among children, and humanitarian agencies estimate millions remain food insecure. For the regime, however, elite loyalty comes before public welfare. So why does this system endure? Because it works, at least in the short term. By surrounding himself with wealth and showering the elite with perks, Kim builds a fortress of loyalty that shields him from coups or uprisings within his inner circle. For the public, propaganda fills the gaps, painting him as a tireless leader while hiding the details of his extravagance. The luxury isn't just comfort, it's armor. And yet, beneath this glittering facade lies a fragile foundation: dependence on illicit networks, smuggling channels, and foreign allies willing to bend the rules. tools. Without these, the flow of luxury would slow, and with it, the system that keeps Kim in power. The hidden machinery of wealth. Kim Jong Un's billions don't appear magically. Behind his extravagant lifestyle is a shadow economy designed to funnel money into his private control. This system is not visible on paper budgets. It exists in the shadows, built on smuggling, forced labor, and cybercrime. One of the most enduring revenue streams is overseas labor. For decades, North Korea has dispatched tens of thousands of workers abroad to construction projects in Russia, logging camps in Siberia, shipyards in Poland, and restaurants across Asia. On the surface, these workers may appear to be earning foreign currency for themselves. In reality, up to 90% of their wages are seized by the regime, with the money redirected to Pyongyang. These earnings are critical. They provide hard cash in euros, dollars, and yuan that Kim can then use through covert channels. Even after UN sanctions banned this practice, many workers remain abroad under disguised contracts, often in grueling conditions. Another pillar is illicit trade. North Korea has a long history of producing counterfeit currency, methamphetamines, and counterfeit pharmaceuticals. Ships registered under false flags move goods through Asia's busy sea lanes, while front companies abroad purchase banned items and redirect them quietly to Pyongyang. It's a global cat-and-mouse game, and despite international monitoring, the regime has proved adept at adapting. But the real game changer in recent years has been cybercrime. North Korean hacking groups, most notably the Lazarus Group, have become some of the most effective state-sponsored cybercriminals in the world. In 2016, they attempted to steal nearly $1 billion from Bangladesh's central bank, successfully extracting $81 million. Since then, they've increasingly targeted cryptocurrency exchanges. Analysts believe these hacks now generate hundreds of millions of dollars annually for the regime. The beauty of cyber theft, from Kim's perspective, is that digital money can be laundered through countless wallets, making it nearly impossible to trace or recover. Together, these sources create what experts call slush funds, or revolutionary funds. These are secret accounts often stashed overseas, hidden behind layers of shell companies. These funds are controlled directly by the leadership. They ensure Kim can finance both his personal luxuries and his nuclear ambitions without oversight. Sanctions and evasion. On paper, Kim should not have access to any of this. Since 2006, the United Nations has banned luxury goods sales to North Korea. Dozens of categories are prohibited, from jewelry to cars to fine wine. Yet new luxury goods continue arriving in Pyongyang, and Kim continues to receive them. How? The short answer: sanctions, loopholes, and weak enforcement. Smugglers simply adapt their methods. Cargo is mislabeled. Ships switch flags mid-sea. Goods are routed through third countries where paperwork is altered before reaching North Korea. China, as Pyongyang's closest ally, has often been accused of turning a blind eye. More recently, Russia has also emerged as a willing partner, especially as its own ties with the West collapse. For Kim, these cracks in the system are lifelines. Sanctions are powerful in theory, but they rely on international unity to enforce. And as long as even one major player allows goods to slip through, Kim's pipelines remain open. The human cost. While the regime pours effort into sustaining its shadow economy, ordinary citizens bear the weight of deprivation. The United Nations has repeatedly estimated that millions of North Koreans suffer from food insecurity, with children especially vulnerable to malnutrition. Hospitals lack essential supplies. Electricity shortages remain routine. Every dollar that flows into Kim's slush funds is a dollar not invested in public welfare. Instead of importing medicine or improving infrastructure, resources are diverted to maintaining the regime's image of strength and its ability to resist outside pressure. This is the sharpest contrast of all. A state capable of sophisticated cyber heists and global smuggling, yet unable or unwilling to provide rice or clean water for its people. Why it endures. Despite the cost, Kim's financial strategy works. By maintaining secret revenue streams, he ensures the regime can outlast sanctions. By distributing some of these resources to the elite, he guarantees loyalty. And by investing heavily in propaganda, he shields the population from the full truth. It is a system built not for prosperity, but for survival. His survival. Kim Jong Un's billions don't just fund a lavish lifestyle. They sustain one of the world's most secretive regimes. Hidden networks, cybercrime, and sanctions evasion ensure that even under international pressure, the flow of money never stops. What do you think? Will sanctions ever succeed in cutting off these lifelines, or will Kim always find new ways to outsmart the system? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you won't miss our next deep dive into the hidden worlds of global power.